Everyone, I'm Danny Jack. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am a wedding photographer based in the UK. Today we're going to be talking about, wait for it, my top 5 favourite books on productivity. Yeah, I know. Okay, so not the most exciting of topics, but I love reading books about productivity and systems and organising and all that kind of really nerdy stuff. There's something about just trying to find ways to hack my life, to live more intentionally, to make more of my time and make less stress for my business as well, that I really enjoy. And the thing is, as a wedding photographer, as a lot of you know, one of the great things about it is that you have so much time to how to manage your time when you edit, when you do blogging, when you do marketing, all that kind of stuff. But if you're not really equipped to know how to manage your time and to work productively, things can get away with you. You can end up spinning plates, you can feel unorganized, you can feel stressed out. So when I first started the business, it was really important to me that I got a grasp on that I got organized, that I managed to have time to, pursue my hobbies, not be working all the time, but also make sure that I was doing a good job. So there are loads of places you can learn about productivity, obviously online, on YouTube, all that kind of good stuff. But for me, I found that reading books, because I like reading books as well, because, nerd, was one of the most helpful ways for me to learn about productivity and how it works, all the principles, all the techniques, all the strategies. I've done the hard work here, so you guys don't have to. But in this video, I am going to be recommending my top 5 favourite books on productivity. So if you're interested, you can check them out. As always, like any YouTube video, if you find any of this stuff helpful, leaving a like means a lot. Let's get into it, guys, with our 5 books. So I have my 4 books here, because 4 of them are physical and I've got one just on my Kindle, but 5 books to recommend to you, 4 physical books right here, just kind of out of shot here. I'm just going to go through them in order and we'll talk about each one. So first book on top of the pile is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now this is not really a book on productivity per se, it's about building habits, it's about just trying something new, trying to implement a new routine into your life. And the reason why it's really important to talk about this book, without having a system to form new habits, you can find that maybe if you want to decide to be more productive or more organized, as soon as you kind of hit a wall or you hit an obstacle, you'll find yourself going back to just those old ways of doing things, your old habits. So in this book, James Clear really lays out like how we form new habits and gives you practical advice on how to do so, from starting really small to tracking your progress, to making it fun, to eliminating resistance, starting a new habit, all that kind of stuff kind of ties in really well with any kind of new productivity systems you want to put into place. So that is it with book number 1, Atomic Habits. Okay, second book to recommend. Now this book is kind of like the Bible of productivity. It's probably about the nerdiest book in this pile, and it's Getting Things Done by David Allen. Now if you're into productivity, chances are you have read this. I read this about 10 years ago. It seems bigger than it was when I first read it, but it's a great book all about, kind of talks about a few things, but one of the most key concepts I kind of pulled from this is the idea that your brain is for having ideas, not for holding them. So what it means by that is basically, we have all these ideas all the times and all of these open loops which are occupying space in our head, and the Getting Things Done system is all about taking all of that and putting it into like an external place to come back to later, whether that be your calendars or your to-do list or note-taking systems or just anything really, basically where you can get everything out of your head so you don't have to constantly thinking oh, I need to do shopping, or I need to do this, I need to apply to this email. Getting all of that down into a system so that you can focus on having ideas instead. Since I've been using the Getting Things Done out of a GTD system, I found that things have been a lot less stressful for me. I found that ideas, when I have them, I'm much more likely to capture them and work on them later. I think I owe a lot to this book, and I would highly recommend it to anyone, especially if they're an entrepreneur, especially if they run their own business. This is the one to check out. Ooh. Okay, book number 3 on this list is Make Time by Jake Knapp and John Zeratsky. Now, I've done another video on this book, so feel free to skip to that to get a big look at that. But basically, this book has loads and loads of cool little tactics, not really about being more productive, but sort of about how to find more time within your day. We talk about this concept of these infinity pools, social media and YouTube and all that kind of stuff, where we find ourselves wasting much more time than we think we are. And this book helps me be more aware of where I'm wasting my time so that I'm less distracted and I can spend more time doing the things I actually want to be doing. And that's kind of what productivity is. It's just, are you doing the things you want to be doing, as opposed to are you wasting your time on things you don't want to be doing? But one of the cool concepts I pulled from this book is the idea of a daily highlight, and all that basically is just identifying one thing, so that if you only do that one thing during the day, you can look back at the day and be like, okay, I was productive. I got something done. I got the thing which was important to be done, and that could be anything. That could be making a YouTube video. That could be cleaning out your office. That could be anything really. Just that one thing where you look back in the day and it's like, yes, I got it done, and that's my highlight ticked for the day. So for example, today it's making this video, and when I get this video done, I've done my daily highlight. So yeah, there's loads of cool stuff in here. Maybe things about like how to keep your energy up as well, like drinking water, getting enough sleep, all that kind of stuff, but loads of really practical tips. I'd kind of recommend this as sort of like the other side of the spectrum to getting things done, where this is way more like easy to digest, easy to read. If you're just getting into this kind of stuff, definitely check this one out. Okay, so book number 4 is Deep Work by Cal Newport. So I love this book as someone who spends a lot of time editing photos. The system in here is a very easy way to speed up your editing process without having to learn anything about Lightroom or Photoshop, any extra things about speeding that up. Basically all Deep Work is about is getting yourself into that state of flow, that flow state, where basically you can work in and uninterrupted, you don't get distracted, and you just get more done in way less time. It's all about eliminating distractions. It's all about just getting yourself into the zone, with the right conditions. Deep Work's all about that. So when I have maybe a big wedding to edit, I'm editing them a lot quicker now, just because of not really learning anything new about Lightroom, but just of setting myself up in a way where I can work with that sense of flow. So great book for people who shoot weddings, who edit, and just people who might want to do some writing, marketing, all that kind of stuff, and just get more done just by structuring out their day. Okay, so book number 5, which I don't have a physical version of, I will just hold my hand here, and hopefully I can animate something in here. So I have another book here, and that is Eat That Frog, or Eat the Frog, I think it's called, or Eating a Frog. The book is all about prioritization and kind of flipping the script. A lot of people will say that, when they want to be productive, they'll start off with some easy wins to get started with the day, and they'll leave that big task to later on. That's kind of like our default state, right? But in the book, it talks about if you do that, by the time you get to the end of the day, you don't have the energy to do it. You don't have the willpower. You put it off until the next day, thinking that, I'll do it next day when when I'm feeling more productive. Instead, if you do the most difficult task first, you eat that frog, you do something really difficult to start the day, it's way easier. You'll find yourself way more productive, because normally it's a task you're putting off is the thing which is moving the needle forward, making progress into whatever it is you need to be doing. It's actually full of loads of other great tips as well, but that's kind of the key concept behind the book. But it's a pretty short read. It's a really easy read as well, so I'd highly recommend that to anyone who wants to be more productive and just get more difficult tasks done, because we don't want to be doing them, so we just want to get them out of our heads. Okay guys, so those are the 5 books, hopefully you found that helpful. If you've read them before, then please leave me a comment below, let us know what you think about those books, or if you've got any suggestions for me on some more productivity books, let me know. I may have read them already, but if not, I would love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video, please press like and subscribe, and the bell icon as well, and that's how you get to see more videos like this one. I also do loads of videos on wedding photography and the business of photography, as well as nerdy little productivity videos like this one. Once again guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.